Hey, it's Tpok. And we're back, and we're just about to talk to these two, so yeah. Hey. I'm doing just fine, but I think Hyune could really use a break from all this reading. Huh? I'm fine. I'm happy to get back to it. Okay, fine, I could really use a break. I'm feeling, I don't know, I guess it's like culture shock. Oh, I know what that's like, I'm really sorry. Oh, shut up, I don't want pity, I just need like a few minutes to recontextualize things. Do you think that would be okay? Yeah, let's... Don't care. Sorry. Let's take a break. I'm okay with that. Okay, thanks. I'd appreciate that too, really. Okay. I feel like the big thing to me is... like, what's up with the Heo family? I was attached to the Ryu family for like 312 years, and I've seen a lot, okay? Like, I've seen shit as crazy as adoptive heirs taking the throne, and a queen who secretly manipulated the emperor behind his back. But I've never seen anything from a respectable noble family that's anything like what the Heo family was like. Does that seem normal to you? No? Wait. Well, this wouldn't seem normal. The fact that you didn't see it, or that it happens? No. Okay, that's a huge relief. At least you understand. Good. I had no idea where you're going. Are you sure you understood your original question, though? What? It's rude to patronize a man like that. Of course he understood. Well, I kind of didn't, so could you please explain what you mean by that? Really, isn't it obvious? Really. It's a family led by a woman. Like, Old Mute was clearly attached to the family for a long time, but... how did it even happen that the main branch of the Hale family was run by a woman without any sons? Like, that's inherently a dead end. Even ignoring the unsuitability of a woman like that for that kind of responsibility, like, a Hale woman couldn't have a son named Hale, so how does the branch even continue? No, that was not where I was going. Why are you looking at me? Well, you're from the barbaric past. Was that a normal thing as far back as your times, too? Let me think. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I remember that was a pretty normal thing in all my books, but I was pretty young, so... Still, if it was in your books, it's not like your parents would have given you books full of stuff they realized was morally depraved or anything. Yeah, probably not. So how did that work then? Like, would the branch just change? Would one of her sons be adopted into the Hale family, or what? Like, how would the Old Mute know what person to be associated with after so young was gone? Would she just suddenly change families? Like, what would her relationship be? I'm sorry, I have no idea. Oh. Sorry, I wish I could tell you, but I was really young when I got frozen, remember? That's not the sort of things 13-year-olds worry about. Okay. Hey, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Really? You're kinda crying. Oh, sorry, it's just... that's the first time anyone's ever been willing to take my views on how things were in the past seriously, or given any sort of credit to my real parents. Oh, Hyune. Thank you so much, Mute. Okay, let's just get back to work, okay? Maybe somehow it'll make more sense to me as I read. Thank you. Please knock it off. Jeez, Mr. Investigator, rescue me from here. Her? More reading. My voice is not doing the best today. Well, not really. It was fine today, it's just I'm actually recording everything in a big chunk. Okay. And everything's done. So I gotta disable you guys by extract new messages. And apparently there was one that was called... oh, I can get that one. Kinda wanna just go in order though, right? That's what I'd assume. Grandmother knows best. Motherhood Credit Act. A curious world, the research problem. So cool. The hairpin. And I know I could just technically go back and extract some more. But I kind of just want to go 6 at a time because I think that's a good level, I guess. Okay, grandmother knows best. Kim So-yi. Where'd I go? Show unread. Where'd it go? Why did... Okay, that's weird. So cool, I guess. Oh wow, she writes really cutely. So this is what happened when peasant girls learn to write, huh? Today was such an awesome day. I had to work at the family stall in the market again. And that super pretty woman came by to get flowers again. I made up my mind this morning that if she came back this week too, I'd say more to her than just welcome and the price. And this time I really did. She was super nice, and she was super nice to me. Welcome, I greeted her when she showed up at the same time as she had for the past 3 weeks. The usual then, miss? Yes, please, she said in a really gorgeous voice. It was a little bit husky and really pretty. And oh, speaking of pretty, I figured out why she was always looked so glamorous. It's because she really is an actress. I bet she always plays like really cool characters. She could do it so well. But I didn't find that out right away, so I didn't know how far I was out of my depth yet. How far out of my depth I was yet. While I was cutting the stems off flowers, she always asks for... the flowers she always asks for, I tried to think of something to say. Jeez. Oh, jeez. So, I guess you really like camellias, don't you? Camellias, don't you? They're really pretty. I think they seem to suit you, I babbled, unable to think of anything coherent in time. She asked, and suddenly I got really tense. Did she think I was an idiot? Did she think I just made an idiot of myself babbling like that? I was sure I had, and she was judging me harshly. I think I blushed a little, but then she smiled. Oh my, no, they're not for me. I don't think they suit me at all. Like, what's up with this tone? I bundled the flowers and handed them to her, avoiding eye contact and not saying anything. I'd done enough damage, I thought. Then when she took them, she held them up beside my face and I got a close look at her hand. Normally you couldn't see it because of her really long sleeves, but oh my gosh. They were really pretty too, and really clean and smooth looking, and pretty much the exact opposite of mine. She even had really bright red nail polish, and I was really envious of how cool she was. I was still trying to avoid eye contact, but she stared at me, as if she was sizing me up. Yes, I think camellias go far better when contrasted with cute flowers, personally, she said. See? Perfect match. Huh? Oh, I murmured in confusion, but then took in a couple of seconds to realize that she was talking about me. Oh my gosh, what a cool line. Wasted on me? I definitely know I blushed a lot more at that and looked away. I was completely out of my depth, and I knew she knew it, and was playing with me. Thanks, I said quietly. There was a long pause where I didn't want to say anything more and embarrass myself. I definitely did want to look up, but she just kept standing there. I wondered why she was doing that, and considered it was entirely just to make me squirm. Was this revenge for saying anything at all? I should have said nothing, I thought to myself. Then I wouldn't be embarrassing myself in front of such a cool person. Why wouldn't she go and let me wither away from shame on my own? Why didn't she go, I kept thinking. Pardon me, she said, but how much money do I owe you? She's really charming, someone like that. What are you saying? And that was the moment I just turned completely and totally red. Oh my gosh, I wanted to die of embarrassment right there on the spot. I could not have been more embarrassed. Oh, sorry, just a second, that's 10 silver, please, sorry, I stammered. And then I had a second, crazier thought. If I couldn't be any more embarrassed, then what did I have to be afraid of? So, who are the flowers for then? I asked, forcing myself to look at her. Someone important to you? She paid me and shook her head. Huh, well, I guess he's a good enough friend, but it's hardly what you're thinking of. They're for the play we're running. The actor who performs opposite of me needs to wear one in his hair for the third act. It's just not the same without real flowers. If you use fakes, you'll lose your sense of playful elegance. It's awfully important. Oh, I said. I'm not really sure what she meant by the last part. But I didn't really want to admit it. So you're an actress then? It was unexpected, but I wasn't surprised. She was certainly pretty and calm and way cool enough to be one. I was even more amazed that someone like that could be talking to me, so out of my depth. I am, she said, managing to make it sound cool. So dramatic, just like an actress would, I guess. Are you a fan of the theater, then? I turned blank. What could I say? No, sorry, just a peasant. I could never afford that, crossed my mind. But that would just be too much, and I really wanted to impress her, or at least not make her turn away. In disgust, I tried to think of something. I don't know, I said honestly, but I do like dramas. Well, they're not an awful lot like that, she said. But it didn't sound too dismissive. And I couldn't have been more embarrassed about... Anyway, so it was fine. Perhaps would you like to see our performance tomorrow night, then, so you can judge for yourself? You can see if we embody playful elegance with your own eyes, which are rather pretty when you look up, I may add. Would be awful nice to be with... Gah! I didn't know what to say to that. Well, if it's not too much trouble, was all I could think of. Hardly, she said. What's your name, dear? It's Maid Gina. Gina. I trailed off. Oh, that's a cute name. It fits very well, Miss Maid Gina, she said. Still so cool. If it pleases you, I'll have your name be put on the guest list. It's at the Silver Eternity Theater at 7 tomorrow. I'd love to see you come. Could I really turn down a request like that? No. Okay, thank you. I'll see you there, I said. Goodbye now. Take care, cute flower, she said, then walked away. Oh my gosh, so cool. I don't really know how to deal with any of this, and I'm kind of scared to go tomorrow, and I know I'm definitely way out of my depth, but still, she's an actress. And she was nice to me despite me being an idiot to her. Oh my gosh, what an awesome day. I just can't deal with this. Even if I'm scared, I really can't wait to see her again. Lucky, get Chance. She's just so cool. Who even says things like get Chance? What's wrong with that? I don't understand what get Chance means. I want to hear more from Mei Jinna though. It's a fun story. Okay. Who next? I like the record office ones when they say who's... I like these. Oh wow, that was a problem even in the past? Next on the list, the proposed Motherhood Credit Act. I'm tabling this one myself. You can find the text of the act in the 10th appendix of the session's agenda, as well as relevant charts and data for the 11th through the 15th. We're sure be burning through appendices fast. My apologies. I'll try to keep this one concise then, since I know you've all read this one anyway. We're approaching a serious demographic problem right now. Birthrights shipwide have been declining for years. The plan, simply put, is to provide an economic incentive for families to raise children. Exactly what sort of numbers are you proposing? I feel like I'm being buried underneath a giant pile of data. How much is this credit for? Well, actually, I'd guess it'd be worse without marriage being respected, huh? Nothing's being buried, it's just thoroughness. Chief Counselor Smith wouldn't have allowed an item to be introduced with 4 appendices. They've always been available beforehand for months. I haven't read them either. I've read them, it's just unclear. What are the actual numbers? It's a complex breakdown with a number of factors. The bottom line is, though, that it will average to 20,000 silver for noble families per year and 5,000 silver for peasant families per year. Let the record show that Councillor Lee just let out a big long whistle, which I'm seconding. Those are big numbers. I don't object on principle, but I would like an assurance that this isn't going to impact my department's budget. It's already stretched thin. Everybody's stretched thin. The projection makes it seem like it's going to have a significant cost attached to it. Like, I'm not going... Oh, that's mute. Like, I'm not opposed to either. I get the benefits. It's just, you know, the stability I worry about. Counselor Smith, if you would. Right, there's no question this will be costly. We're looking for long-term results, but certainly this is not a project that can be sustained in the long term. If you look at Appendix 14, you'll see that the projected cost for the next 10 years will require a 15% tax increase. That's a lot. However, the projection also shows that with the estimated population increase, and this being conservative, don't worry, that we'll see an even payout after about 22 years, then a significant increase. I don't really get it. How does that work? Appendix 15 is a report by the Magonghwa University Department of Economics. You'll find that it explains it thoroughly. Nope, I can't do that. Certainly, Counselor, but humor me. How does it work? Well, basically, when the population goes up, it means the workforce increases. What is that sly smile? Which means there's more people to do jobs. So there's an increase in tax revenue overall, but a decrease in government labor costs, which is always a pain in the ass, pretty much. Really? I'm sure that Counselor of Education will vouch for the quality of the university's fundings. Yes, of course, I'll stand by it. Very well then. Okay, but here's my problem. If you increase taxes on the lower class by 15%, there will be riots. Like, my office will be on fire within a week, and it turns out that that costs even more of the money that's already tight to put out. We're talking actual straight-out riots. It's a security problem. Jeez, what's with her arguing with a man like that? I'd never. But the benefit would be, even if you knew he was wrong? I'm like, if I thought he was wrong, I would try to understand what my misunderstanding was. That's the mature thing to do, okay? I get what the benefit would be. It just doesn't offset the cost of, you know, offices on fire. More workers would be a pretty good thing, though. Is it? Don't worry, Hyuna, it's okay. I know you'll get it eventually. Are you really going to exercise this security veto over this? If I may, a possible solution might be to offload the tax increase onto the noble class. This isn't a terrible idea, just to hell with the whole act, I say. No, it's a good idea. Peasants off having children is something I'm all for. Peasants raising happy families do not set fire to anything. To be perfectly clear, I'm very much in favor of the not setting fire to things option, okay? The Counselor of Security may be over-dramatizing a little. Don't sound so certain. We need to find out some sort of consolation for the refusal to carry out President Park's insane school credit idea. This just addresses a serious social issue as well as undercuts Park. If it's not this, it'll have to be something else. I don't care, I'm not voting for any act that'll require a tax increase, let alone one supported by noble families alone. Yeah, me neither. This is certainly going nowhere fast. Counselor Smith, excuse me. Yeah. I'm sure something can be changed to address the counselor's concerns, right? Well, we could probably just take the funding from the surplus. It'll all balance out in the end anyway. I didn't think to submit any numbers on that though. Assuming the Counselor of State is correct and no new taxes were levied on either the peasantry or the noble class, would anyone object? It'd be okay by me. Assuming the Counselor of State is correct, no, there would be no objection. Yes, fine, whatever. I don't care. But, like, I guess it went through in the end, right? I would have no problem. What they all said. Great, Counselor Smith, please provide a new report on the feasibility of surplus financing for the Motherhood Credit Act. The item is tabled until then. Moving on. Okay, guys. I'm gonna end it here because I'm becoming very tired of talking this long, reading this long. But yeah, I really like I just like how random this story was. It's got nothing to do with anything, no politics or anything. I like that. It was fun. It's like a side quest in an RPG. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.